The problem is on the left. If you look at the problem is on the left. It's not on the right, like some people like to say on the right. The problem we have is on the left. They're already under major investigation. A lot of the people that you would traditionally say are on the left.
They're already under
investigation.
The power of law enforcement under President Trump's leadership will be used to find you, will be used to take away your money, take away your power, and if you've broken the law, to take away your freedom. I don't care how. It could be a RICO charge, a conspiracy charge, conspiracy against the United States, insurrection.
I am very tough. I'm a very tough boy, and you can tell because my voice is doing this now. Everyone bow down to King Miller. But anyway, well, they're not serious people. They're morons. They're weak. Use whatever term you want. Flood the chat with whatever term you want. The threat that's posed by this new MAGA cancel culture is very, very serious because, well, for years we've been told, oh, the left, you're censorious. You're always shutting people down. You know, when like someone will say something racist and we'll be like, that's racist. They're like, my First Amendment rights. Meanwhile, here you have the federal government investigating liberals. Nobody affiliated with the tragic killing, nobody having anything to do with the tragic, just anybody. Anybody on the left is going to face the full fury of the federal government for exercising their free speech rights. See, that's what a violation of the First Amendment is actually about, and they are going on that as hard and fast as they can. And what do you know? They've decided to just go after all the people that they already were going after. And so we talked recently about Donald Trump singling out one particular Democratic donor. Well, he's back on that train. Take a look.
They have professional agitators. They're professional. I had one the other night. I went into a restaurant and this woman stood up. I looked at her immediately. She had money. She wasn't serious. They get paid for it. They're professional from Soros and other people. And we're going to look into Soros because I think it's a RICO case against him and other people. Because this is more than like protest. This is real agitation. This is riots on the street.
Yeah, he's literally talking about Code Pink yelling at him. It's riots on the street. Oh my God, there's some women. They have pink hair and their voices are red. This is riots on the street. So not only is this censorious, not only is this a cancel culture, God damn are these guys weak. You can't take these like largely middle-aged women chanting at you, you fall apart. You just urine streaming down your leg over the fact that these women are well, yeah, real strong men behavior there. But anyway, so what's the RICO? Like, let's say that George Soros does give money to Code Pink, which I don't even know if that's true, but let's say he does. What exactly is the RICO? Do you know that like RICO is like a structure under which you pursue actual criminal activity? It's not just like if you can draw a line between two groups, it's a RICO charge. Because if that's the case, well, then we can start looking into all these right-wing organizations that receive money from right-wing billionaires. Hell, Turning Point has always, from the very beginning, received tons of money from right-wingers. I guess we got ourselves a RICO, JR. Anyway, we're gonna get into a really, I think, dramatic and compelling spin on this story. But first, what do you make of all what you just saw?
Yeah, it's as usual, everything is manufactured. What he was most upset about from his dining out at that restaurant was his photo op, his opportunity to try and tell people that, look, Washington, D.C. is completely 100% crime free because I've occupied it with the military and taken over the police force. So I'm gonna go out in the middle of Washington, D.C. and show you guys how awesome it is. What he was so mad about was that his president here wasn't allowed to have that be a clean and clear illustration of his lies. Because those ladies were there yelling at him, calling him America's Hitler or Hitler of our time. Oh man, that got under his skin so much. Yeah. Not because there was any kind of threat, but because his presentation was disrupted. His poster board was ripped up and no longer he could do his show and tell in front of folks and say, look how awesome it is here. As the streets were emptied because it was so safe for him to show up and block off a 4-block radius around that restaurant and with a bunch of armored cars and Secret Service and the rest of his administration hanging out around because that's, that's how people go out in Washington, D.C.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
ridiculous.
Like, what he expects is, wait, I put military in the streets. Everybody's supposed to just shut up now. You're not supposed to express yourself, and they did express themselves. And in particular, the fact that it was mostly women, that's always gonna bother him the most because he utterly despises them. So I certainly appreciated that.